Right, so guys, anytime I ask you to create an equation out of something given, where I just give you pieces and parts, I think it's easiest to make your list. You want the center, you want to know which axis is major, you need A, B, and sometimes you need C. Okay, it just depends on what information they give us. Well, they gave me the center. This problem's actually easy. They told me that the major axis is horizontal. Well, horizontal line is the x-axis. So the major axis is x. It gave me A and it gave me B, so I don't even need to find C. Okay. Now, in a hyperbola, it told me it was a hyperbola. In a hyperbola, right, the major axis leads. Okay, so the x is going to be first. So x plus 3 squared minus, because it's hyperbola, y minus 2 squared equals 1. Now, for underneath, okay, the other thing that you need to remember is that A belongs to the major and A belongs to x then, this time. So this becomes 16 and this becomes 1.
I did it.
Okay, now try number 6. The length of the major axis is 20. Now, guys, we've talked about this before. I'm just going to make up just an ellipse of any kind. I don't know, but here's just an ellipse, not a hyperbola. But if I tell you the major axis, that the whole thing across is 20, then what is A?
10.
Right, A is half of that. Remember we talked about that already. So A is 10. Okay, so if we make our list, center, major, A, B, and C. Okay, the center is 5, -2. The length of the major axis is 20. So that means A is 10. The length of the minor axis is 16. It means this whole distance right here is 16. So that means B is half of it. So B is 8. We don't need to know C because we have A and B. The major axis, it tells us, is parallel to the Y, so the major axis is Y. Now, remember, okay, that A belongs to Y. What doesn't make sense? If it's parallel?
Parallel.
Okay, so let me show you just a second. So they're saying that the major axis is parallel to Y, correct? So if I want a parallel line, okay, I'm going to draw a hyperbola here for a second, just for estimation. Okay, if I had just this with no picture, these open up and down, agreed? Okay, so which way is it parallel? If I say that means that my axis runs here, right? My center will be here, my vertex is here, my foci are here. I'm sliding up and down. Well, this is the major. What is this parallel to? The x or y axis? Right?
I told you.
You see what I'm saying? So it's better maybe if you don't even look at that and think about it. Look, if I've drawn a parabola that looks like this, my points are going to move along this line, aren't they? The center's here, the vertex here, foci, and so forth. Agreed? So if my major runs this way, then it has to be the y because it's parallel. Whatever it says is parallel to, that's the same as the major. So guys, if y is the major, then A belongs to the y. Because it told us it was a hyperbola, when we make our point, we write, it starts with y. So y plus 2, because here's y, squared minus, and then now we're going to put the x. X minus 5 squared equals 1. Right? And it always leads with A. A is always in front. So this would be 100, and this is 64. So that's your final answer for that.